Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to look at something for all-around use, home defense, so forth. I just picked up these Milley custom defense ammunition in a Kentucky gun company. These are the 12 gauge, of course, 2 3/4 inch and flying at 1,350 feet per second. It's double-aught buck with 9 pellets, and it's a small batch manufactured, it said. So there are the rounds right here. You can see it's kind of deep crimping down inside there, but they are pretty quick load, honestly, for a double-aught buck, 1,350 feet per second on those. Wanted to show some others that I have as well. We come over here to the right. This is Barnes ammunition for defense. It's buckshot. It's 5 shells there, and that's a 9 pellet high brass. And let's see what the box says on it for speed. Where's it at here? Here we go. It's 1,325 feet per second. So only 25 feet per second slower than the Milley that I just picked up. Now those I wanted to mention was $7.99 for 10 rounds. I got these a while back. They were on sale at Academy Sports. 12 gauge, 2 3/4, 1325, 9 pellet, double-aught buck size. I picked up, I think, 5 or 6 boxes of those. And you can see them there with the high brass. Again, that's 9 pellet. And then something you can use for home defense or hunting if you have a little bit longer barreled shotgun. Normal length, I guess you'd say. The one I have sitting here, is, I'll show you in a minute, is only 18.5-inch barrel. But these are the Remington Express XLR, extended long range, for squirrels, pheasants, rabbits, so forth. But mainly I would use this for pheasants, chukars, maybe quail hunting, something a little bigger. Now it's a lead shot, so you can't use it on ducks, but these are 1,330 feet per second, ounce and 1/4 number 4 shot. If you're not familiar with the shots, if you go down in number, you have a larger size pellet coming out of there. So 4 shot is quite large, and that's why they're set up mainly for pheasant and bigger game. Moving across over here, we've got some more home defense loads. These are from Remington. It's the Ultimate Defense Buckshot. Now these here are the high brass, as you see, and they are 21 pellets. 21 pellets on those. And tell you the speed here. That's 2 3/4, 1,200 velocity feet per second, because it's managed recoil for inside the house, so that you don't shoot through 2 walls when you don't mean to. God forbid you have to use them in a home defense situation, and it's 21 pellets for buck or buckshot. So that's number 4 size BBs in there. And we have some other loads back here. This is 6 shot, which is going to be a smaller BB, 1 1/8 ounce. So there's quite a bit of shot, and it's steel. So you can use these for anything near water. But it's not really for that. It's more for the upland game birds, dove and quail and so forth. Now they're flying at 1,400 feet per second, so it's quite fast, and quite a bit of shot in there at 1 1/8 ounce, so you can take down them quail and so forth. That's what it's designed for. Behind it there, you've got the 12 gauge Remington game loads. That's 6 shot. So the BB is the same size, but that's a lead, so you can't shoot over ponds or lakes or anything. 1,290 feet per second, 1 ounce of shot. Be good on rabbits, I would say, and squirrel. Obviously, that's what's on the box. And we're moving back over here. This is hybrid, and it's kind of an old shot design. I just was looking into these. I've been making them for a while. Then that's 1,330 feet per second, 1 1/4 ounce of shot, number 5 shot. So it is not quite as heavy as the Remington Express 4 shot over here. at 1330, 1¼ ounce. But the 5-shot is a little smaller than the 4, and the speeds and everything are identical to the Remington. But you have a little bit finer BB, probably more. Well, it's both 1¼ ounce, but they're a good box of rounds there. I paid $12 for those. I think I picked those up. I don't know. I think it was a pawn shop. I seen them and I wanted a couple of boxes, so I grabbed them up. Kind of expensive, but might be well worth it when you're going on a game hunt. And this over here is more of a standard Winchester Super X 1290 feet per second, 1 ounce of number 6 shot. But just kind of give you an overview of all the different shots. I didn't show this one here yet. These are B&P 3 gun slug. They have the 3-gun competitions. This is also a reduced recoil. You can see it up here in the red. And don't ask me how to pronounce that. I got these at Kentucky Gun Company, and they are slugs, solid slug projectiles. They could also be used for home defense. 1,200 feet per second, still moving right along, 1 ounce slug, and 12 gauge 2 3/4 inch. So with that reduced recoil, it's probably still going to go through a wall, maybe enter into a second, but I don't know. I probably prefer the 21 pellet managed recoil buckshot here. And again, what was the feet per second? That was 1,200 as well. Either one of those will work. Heck, even a basic round up close, like a 6-shot, it won't open up much. If you're in a house situation and you're not shooting more than 10, 12 yards, that shot's not going to open up much. So they're going to get hit hard, even with just a basic shot shell. Now you can do this, and look it up online. It's called a cut shell. You take right past the wad, you'll cut that round around its diameter, leaving just a tiny piece of plastic so your cuts don't come together exactly, and you're leaving a tiny piece of plastic so the end of the round is still attached, but when you fire it off, it comes out like a slug. And here's the star of the show for today's home defense. This is a 12 gauge Emperor, has the pistol grip on it. It's got a little shell holder here in the back. Let's see if I can move some of these boxes out of the way. And it's got a little padded recoil. This turns and loosens this, and it can bring your cheek riser up if you was to mount a red dot or something up on it. And I've got some of the Remington home defense loads here, loaded in here, and 2 Winchester Defenders. And I'll go on up the shotgun here. Got a little chamber flag in there it came with. It is a pump. It is the 18.5-inch barrel, if you can see that. Sorry about the light from outside. But I've got a little DefenTech light on it. I always have a light on any of my home defense pistols, shotguns, or other types that you may be well aware of. And it was a very inexpensive shotgun. We've shot it a few times out here in the backyard. I'm very pleased with it. It does the job. And we're going to go out here in just a few minutes after I pause the video. And Heather's going to help me, and we're going to show you what this thing does on a can of hominy, because we have chickens out here that we're raising, free-range chickens, and we're going to put a few holes in this and then dump the hominy out for the birds. But I'll go ahead and use the steel shot so we don't give them lead poisoning. We don't want to do that. But I was really interested in these. I grabbed them up, 10 rounds for $7.99. So it's like, what would that come out to? 80 cents a round. Am I adding that correctly? About 80 cents a round. And I whipped out a $10 bill, and she told me the price. I forget, $8.46. And she goes, "Oh, let me just give you the change out of the change jar." So she only charged me $8, and we got these 10 rounds. So I was excited to get them. And I think we're going to save the double aught buck and all. We'll just use some regular bird shot or something here, the number 6 on this hominy, within about 8 to 10 yards, and show you what it can do. As you don't want to mess around with the 12 gauge. You do not. But all right, guys, I wanted to go